Welcome back. Well, it's become a holiday tradition for us here, a visit with comedian James Mullinger. Actually, comedian, author, TV producer, actor, magazine publisher. Anything I'm missing?
Well, loving husband, dog owner, amateur sleuth, maybe.
Okay, and there we find him bathed in the glow of the season. It's Father Christmas of Rosse. 2 years in a row. Does that make? Yeah, nice. 2 years in a row makes it a tradition, right?
It's definitely a tradition. I mean, certainly, well, 2 is habit forming, and then I believe 3 will be the tradition.
And the way things move today, 2 is we'll call it a tradition. Hey, the tree looks great. Is that, do you go out and cut that down?
Of course, Todd. You know me. I'm a real Maritimes man. I got head to toe in camo. I went out on my 4-wheeler into the woods behind the house. I chopped it down with an axe in one hand while shooting a moose with the other hand. You know me, real Maritimes man. Lugged it back myself and put it up. And there it is.
It's fabulous. It's glorious. I'm guessing that's a more robust tree than you would have had growing up in the UK.
Well, it's a very good point. Although I have to be honest, this is going to be sacrilege to some people, but this tree is actually fake. And we purchased about 15 years ago from home base in Battersea in London. And somehow has survived 15 years. So, I mean, before we start slagging off the British trees, I mean, this fake tree looks... You can't tell me a Canadian Tire fake tree lasts 15 years, surely.
They may be an advertiser, so I won't comment on that. Right? You've got children. You're basically one yourself. What does Christmas morning look like in the Mullinger household?
It's carnage, obviously. It's complete madness in this room. I will say one of the magical things about it is the fact that it's pretty much exactly the same as it was when I was a kid. I mean, I still get the same things for Christmas now that I got when I was 9 and 10 years old. I asked for the same things: Star Wars figures, vinyl records, VHS videos, Care Bears. So really, it's just all of us running around. Yes, Care Bears. I do collect Care Bears. That may not come as a surprise to many people. And so it's just everyone running around and trying to decide what time is an acceptable time to start drinking.
Okay, perfect. Look, you're near St. John. Did you hold an open house, a holiday open house for those cruise ship passengers who arrived in town? They were headed to Bahamas, or so they thought.
Yeah, they are having a whale of a time here in St. John. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, again, some people might laugh. You think you're going to spend Christmas in the Bahamas, and instead you're spending it in St. John. But it does sound like the plot of a Hallmark Christmas movie. And of course, let's face it. I mean, St. John is a far more Christmassy place to spend Christmas than the Bahamas. So I think they're going to have a far better time. Although I was pretty tickled to read that they had stopped in Boston once they knew they were coming here to buy warmer clothes, which is very bizarre. Apparently, we don't have shops here. Maybe they just saw a picture of Market Square and thought to themselves, "Oh no." So I don't know. It's a beautiful thing that they're all here. My door is always open, literally always open. I mean, you don't lock your doors here in Marseille, and so they're all very, very welcome here.
There's something I want to do here. I'm not sure if you've seen these, but there's a Twitter account or X, whatever. X account that turns Canadian historical figures, this individual does it, into AI characters. So today he had AI produce a Santa for every province. And I just want to go through the Maritime Santas and get your thoughts on them, okay? So the first one we're going to show you here is a New Brunswick's Santa.
Oh,
pretty traditional.
That's amazing. That was me out in those woods cutting down the tree. I mean, it's very accurate. He looks very much like a New Brunswick man, although I would replace the stick with a can of moose head. Oh. That would be my only change to that one.
Fair enough. That's pretty good. All right, the next one here, James, is Santa from Prince Edward Island. Pretty cool.
Oh, nice. Although, I mean, I don't know if the beaches look like that right now. I don't know if it's that sunny PEI. He looks slightly stoned, which is possibly fitting. I love the fact that obviously there's the red sand, the red solo cup. Nothing says PEI more than red sand and red solo cup.
Right. He might just have stepped away from the Cavendish Music Festival. Who knows? Maybe he was playing it. Okay. And finally, oh dear, number 3. This is supposed to be Nova Scotia's version of Santa.
Wow. So he's broken down looking drunk. That's very strange. That's interesting.
This is
I mean, I don't know.
this is just asking AI. I don't think there's a lot of bias or emotion put in it. This is just what AI cranks out.
Well, given AI is taking over the world and they are going to be controlling us in a couple of years, it's quite worrying that that is how they see us. But I guess you can't argue with AI. So that's amazing. So a broken down car in the wood.
Yeah, I think that's a big.
That doesn't say Nova Scotia to me.
That's a big Chevy. Is that an Impala? Somebody will correct me. And it looks like he's wearing golfing gloves.
It does, yeah. It's an amazing film to be written around that. It's like a Nova Scotian Fargo set in Christmas with Santa Hitman. It writes itself. That's a Hallmark movie right there.
There you go. I'll look forward to the release next year. Okay, let's talk a bit about you. You just finished your 10-year tour, which you managed to somehow drag out over an entire year. Your 10 years in Canada, very successful. Congratulations. I think you've got one more stop, in Pictou?
Yes, in Pictou County, I'm doing the show one more time. The beautiful DeCoste Center is being refurbished. I'm doing it at the Pictou Legion. I love Pictou County. Lots of people probably know this as the highest number of politicians per capita anywhere in the world. So if you love politicians, Pictou's the place for you. I'm also performing in Digby Pines in January, which is very exciting. Although hopefully the ferry will be up and running. I love the Digby ferry. Or I guess it's the St. John Ferry if you live in Nova Scotia.
1 minute left here. You've also, then you've got another tour that you're working on to mark your 20 years in comedy. This is a bit of a theme, the anniversaries here.
Well, we're Canadians, Todd. We like to celebrate things. I mean, if there's one thing I've learned living here for 10 years, we like a party. And what do comedians like? They like to party. So yes, I mean, last year's tour was celebrating 10 years living in Canada. Next year's tour celebrates 20 years as a comedian. And having spent 20 years performing all over the world in every dive bar, basement, stable, vineyard, arena, theatre, club, you name it. I've seen a lot. I've got a lot of stories to tell. I've got about 15 hours of material to sift through, and I can't wait to take it on the road.
What are you looking forward to in 2024 other than the tour?
It's a good question. I mean, definitely touring more, doing more gigs. I guess the best thing I can say is that I'm a pretty happy man, Todd. I'm a pretty happy man. Yeah. So my wish for 2024 is if things can stay exactly as they are now.
All right. Well, some might disagree with you there, but...
and world peace. World peace. World peace.
That would be nice. James Mullinger, happy Christmas to you and your family.
Happy Christmas to you too, Todd. Thank you very much indeed, my friend.
What do you say we meet up here this time next year and make it 3 years in a row? That's definitely considered tradition at that point.
That is definitely true. That's possibly even an addiction. And I cannot wait. I will be here. I'll be sitting here waiting. And look, my dog Willow there she'll be waiting there too.
All right, we look forward to it. Have a great holiday. We'll see you in the new year. James Mullinger, comedian in Rothesay, New Brunswick. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.